year we pretty much doubled, so up to 85 students. And then I'm on the Waikolo Leadership Council as well. We got together just kind of for an informational basis, but then saw that there was a lot of space or gaps between the different organizations that want to help the community out there, like CERT and the school and all that. So that's what the Waikolo Leadership Council does. We get together just to see everyone's ideas. We help to coordinate the bus, the shuttle service throughout the village. I don't know if you guys have taken that, but it's a great mode of transportation and free too.
Thank you. Bruce? Yes. Do you agree with all of the CCNRs? And if you do not, which would you like to change?
Well, thank you, Maddie, for asking the question where I only had a one-sentence answer. I appreciate that. All the CCNRs are fine to me. I'm not, I don't have an agenda to petition and change the CCNRs. They are typical of all CCNRs that I've been associated with in the past. And I know that any of those that are onerous or become an issue is something for the board to take a look at and see if the community is better served by changing those CCNRs. But personally, there's nothing in there right now today that I want to make a change to.
Okay, thank you. Now this next question I'm going to ask is addressed to all of you. So if we can maybe start from Roxanne down. What is your opinion of the board, and how do you believe the board would be better able to support the communities?
Well, being a current member of the board, I think we're doing a fantastic job. A little biased, but I think we've made lots of strides, and like Lonnie had said, we've managed to stop the leaks in a lot of places where it could have grown into something atrocious. Current board has managed to not increase the dues, going on for the fourth year running, which goes to show that we are doing our due diligence and being wise and prudent with our resources at hand. So I can only say that we've been doing a really good job. What I feel we could use, or how the board could be work better in the community, is if the community would come and participate a lot more. Talk about it with your friends, people in the community, bring them to the association meeting, because hearing what goes on firsthand is way better than hearing it secondhand or through the coconut wireless like most of us do. I felt that, coming to the board meetings myself, I've learned a lot. So knowledge is power, I believe. So the more people we can get involved in the community, in our committees, and all of that, would only make the community a better place to live.
Thank you.
That's a pretty hard act to follow right there. And she made it very easy for me to be president of the board. Again, I'd like to reiterate everything that Roxanne said. And I've been on the board now for, this 2-year term, and I filled a partial term. I've been president for 2 years. And over that length of time, when I came to the first board meeting, everybody was at each other's heads or button heads, hollering and cross back and forth across the room. And now if you see, I said we would be transparent, that you see in the general manager report, the reports, we're giving as much information as we can. And I just feel that we need to keep working together. I'd like to see more people from the village come and give their input. Although now, instead of getting 90% negative input, we're getting positive input. Although that some of you can, in a positive manner, give us information on something you perceive as negative, but not just be totally negative about it. And we need those comments, but we need them in a positive manner. And the board now is working together quite well. We have a great general manager. We have a great staff here. And that's the only reason I'm running for the board again, because I care for the village. I care for the people in the village. And I want to keep the board going in a positive direction and not slip back and be some of the negative things that happened in the past. Thank you.
Thank you, Lonnie. Scott?
I believe that the board, has been doing a fine job these last couple of years. I think they have. It's been a really wonderful thing to see the dues not be raised the last 4 years, where everything else raises every year, not more than once a year. I think they have done a good job, and I think I could contribute to it to help them continue doing a good job. I'm pleased with Roger's hiring. He's done a great job as well. And I would like to see the association as a whole inside the office look at some manner, maybe to cut some of the budgets. That may or may not be realistic. They may have cut it down to the skeleton already. But I'd like to entertain the idea of maybe even lowering the fees a little bit. I think it'd be a good idea. Everyone's had to tighten their belt quite a bit. Maybe it's possible, maybe it's not. But I'd like to at least address that. And I'd like the board of directors as a whole to get more community involvement. Like I said, that's really important because we, as the board of directors representing the village as a whole, need as much input as possible. And I see a lot more people here than I've ever seen in the past. So that's really a big plus. And I think the board of directors, most important thing to realize that they are actually working on behalf of every resident here. And if the residents speak up, then they can try to serve their need, they gotta speak up. But just keep that in mind, that they're trying to represent the community as a whole. And try to render balanced decisions at all times, in all manners. That's what the board of directors does, and I'd like to be able to contribute to that to my best. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. And Bruce?
Thank you, Manny. I believe in my 9 years, or I know in my 9 years, that this current board is the best board that I've seen, and the results of the board and what they've done has been exceptional. Does it mean there's room for growth? There's always room for growth and change, and there are opportunities within the community that, as I will say later on, and I'll say now, that building this community is very important from all aspects. If you just look around this room, you could probably not count a 20-year-old homeowner, and maybe we might have one or two in their 30s that own homes. So we're not even a community within this organization right now. And so we need to build upon that. And the best way to do that is that there is some legitimate comments about continuity, but it's time for some additional change. The board is going in the right direction. The Waikoloa Village Association is moving the right way. And it's a good time to make some replacements on the board and bring in some new ideas and some changes. No cost changes, but changes to build this community up, where we're spending more time together and maybe just outside of, whether it's the outdoor circle or the Friends of the Library, the Lions Club, the Waikoloa Canoe Club, the soccer club. There can be a lot more within this community, and doing things in a central place together, and activities that would bring us together as a family.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you.
Get ready again.
Okay.
We've got another question coming, and this is for all of you. This is the last question from the predetermined questions. So in relationship to what you just answered on that question, what would you do as an individual to contribute to the effort?
And I'm going to answer that first. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to bring my experience, financial experience, leadership experience to the board, and I think that's going to enhance, the activities of what the board can do through the next 3 years. And I see that just based on my past experience, working as a board member and involvement and volunteer activities, I've got some great ideas as to what we can do and how we can do it, and how we can join together and make those things better for all of us. So I just believe I have the experience to do all that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Scott?
Okay, well, I would like to, let's see, I just think that I could, let's read the question, let's get on the right state.
Okay.
Right direction.
This is in response to the question that you previously answered, which is what is your opinion of the board? And how do you believe the board would be better able to support the community? So, as an individual, what do you think that you can uniquely contribute to that?
Okay. Uniquely contribute to the board of directors. In all likelihood, I would say that my duration being in the village, the last 23 years, I've had a chance to see what has come and what has gone and how it has improved as a whole. And in my business experience as a builder for almost all that time, as a real estate broker for almost all that time, I see the trends, how everything's going, the ups and the downs. So the business sense would be contributory. And then since I know so many people here, and I know that it's kind of a transitional place too, a lot of people come and go. I think to get things as an example that cost money, like the community center, it'd be good to utilize outside funding, get it from wherever be available, because it benefits the community as a whole. And I don't think we as a whole, as this village and all of our dues, need to put all of our money on the line. I'd like to find outside sources of money. Currently, the current board has been able to get some money from the legislature, from the city of Evans, and get some seed money to get it started. So I'd like to follow along that line of thinking. Thank you. And just use those skills and those talents and my time frame here and lend a hand to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Scott. Ronnie?
I'd like to add to that. It's hard when you're a third person and say the things you're going to say. But anyway, I bring my past experience of being on several boards, and also I've been the president for 2 years, so I've been the president more than the other board members involved in some of the decisions in between board meetings. So I've got a real good flavor and feel for the village, where most of the people in the village want to go, how they want the village to be run, and I will just continue along those lines, although I would like to be reelected to keep that continuity going. And being the oldest one on the board, maybe I have the most experience. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ronnie. Okay.
Well, what I would bring uniquely to the board is, other than my personality, it's just the desire to make the community a better place to live and leave a legacy for my children. And with that drive, with that passion, just hard work and dedication, and just networking, getting the village people to come to the meetings, to participate on committees, and just being that the voice.
Thank you.
All right, well that concludes our pre-selected questions. We're going to take about a 2-minute break right now. So